Hi there guys, just thought I'd have a bit of a vid of an update of where things are at. Sat here still recovering from what turned into a rather long session last night, so feeling much worse for wear. I don't really feel like doing a great deal, so hence I thought, oh, good time to do a bit of a catch up. Really I think, this to me, a lot of these videos to me are sort of a record of my journey. I know a couple of people have said, oh, why are you doing that, especially when you're not very good at it. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's a way of recording my sort of journey and also some of the things I do. I've got family in the UK, friends over here and things, so yeah, it just gets a bit of that, the stuff that I'm doing out there, and hopefully some of the things that I'm learning, and I try and put the hints and tips of things that I've got on, they're things that I've picked up from the internet or from actual trial and error, and hopefully people get a bit of help from those, which is trying to put a bit back into a lot of the incredible stuff that I've picked up from all the other people who put all their time and effort into the videos on there, which is another reason I am trying to learn the sort of things I'm doing. So I have got more videos on the outdoors. The thing I'm struggling, I seem to hit a bit of a wall with putting my videos together. I can do the shorter clips, get them on. I've been learning, and I'm just learning how to put the clips together, but I can't quite edit them, and they're too bad to put on at the minute. But I'm going to keep trying that, so I can get some better videos on things more than just the knife making. This seems to work okay at the minute simply because I can do little short, sharp things and put them out there. I suppose this is about where I'm at. It's now just going to September, well, middle of September, so probably nearly 9 months now since I decided I wanted to have a go at knife making and improve what I'd done. I've done it in the past. I haven't done it for about 3 or 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And then I finished, the last knife I made was actually in January, which was this one. I made this and managed to finish it off to take on a trip down to South Island with a friend of mine. At the time, really, nothing special, but I was pleased where I was at. Everything was done with a 6-inch belt grinder, files, I made a file jig for the bevels and things. It certainly worked. It was hardened and tempered in a little gas forge. It works. It's been a pretty good knife. I've used it. You can see the sheath had a bit of hammer. Sheath does its job. Knife does its job. But it was sort of like it spurred me on to do other things, and that's why when I first started off in January, really was to clear a space out in the shed. And like a lot of you guys, you've always got conflicting interests. I'm trying to make a good work area, but then I also have to do the DIY at home, put the fridges and the freezers and all the house stuff in here as well. But I made myself a proper workbench and an area that I could actually then, I wasn't just on and off the old workmate and things, I had somewhere decent to work, which was a big help. That was my first step, and then obviously improving things with better equipment, the grinder and things like that. So really for the last sort of like 9 months, like I say, I haven't finished a knife in the last 9 months. I've gone to different stages where I've made the blades, taped the handles up so I could take them out and use them and try them and test them. I've done a lot of testing of the different steel, not different steel, but a lot of different tests on the steels, hardening and tempering, things like that. Even to the point where I've got a little hunting knife I've made here, and this is just a couple of wooden slab handles, a couple of bolts and a bit of tape to keep the gunk out of it, and literally just so I could get it out there and see if it worked, check it did what it was supposed to do. It's taking it, it's got a head edge, pops hairs, razor sharp, folds its edge. Only done a few goats, a few rabbits, but it's certainly still holding up. It's not been touched up even though it's been used. So that shows, I think I'm pleased with my hardening and tempering and things like that. I like my grinds and bevels. I've done a couple of tests on the bevels to make sure that they were at the right angle, especially on the flatter grinds, on the Scandi grinds. This is now, shocking, this is the closest I've actually come to finishing a knife since January. Like I say, nearly 9 months. This is at the point now where I've just glued the scales on, which I did a little video on putting the liners on, and then I got this glued up, clamped up. This was in the vise for about a day and a half nearly. But this is now ready to the point where I'm going to shape the handle and everything else and start working on that. And then hopefully there'll be something a bit more to show, and at a similar stage with some of my other things. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Hopefully when I've finished this, it'll give me an idea, where I'm at compared to what I did before, and also, the leather making in the sheaths and things like that. But I think, it's certainly been a long, steep learning curve, and I'm hoping that the things I'm now getting to turn out, and I'm getting closer to be able to turn out, will come to fruition. So my last couple of acquisitions, I would say. The first one here is from the most beloved, the Captain's knife making chair. Apparently, because my back's been that bad and everything else, you were playing pop, that I was constantly sitting on the log. Although the log was at the right height to fit, because I cut it to fit. But anyway, she bought me another nice comfortable chair. It's a little bit high for the work areas and doing things. I'm going to have to adjust what I do, but I can't tell her that. She went out of her way to buy me a nice chair. We'll also see how it stands up to when I start doing the hand rubbing and things, see if it holds together. And another thing, which has just taken me about a couple of months of lots and lots of selling on Trade Me and wheeling and dealing, and I've finally got myself a bandsaw. So I'm hoping with this will allow me to cut the scales much more accurately, especially because I'm trying to collect my own wood. I can cut the scales much more accurately and cleaner, and then that'll really reduce the amount of it'll reduce everything from the amount of stabilising fluid it needs to work on them, because I'll get them to the size I want before I do that, to then the amount of dust and crap and everything that's generated from having to grind all the wood off and everything like that and cut all the wood off. So hopefully that'll show an improvement in getting the handle scales together. So I suppose that's pretty much where I'm at. That was the last main thing I was really after, apart from probably I need some dust extraction in here. That's going to have to be another few months down the line probably. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hope you found that interesting. Hope when I look back at this I'll think, God, it really take me 9 months to get there, but it has. Another couple of months, and hopefully I'll be at the point whereby I'll actually start to finish a few projects off. Get the leather working, make sure the leather, I've done quite a bit of leather working as well, learning all the different stuff for that, so it'd be nice to actually put all those different elements together and see where I'm at. So I'll do another update later on, and guys, I hope you're actually out there doing it, not inside feeling crock like me with a bad back and a hangover. But hope you have a great weekend, making the most of the outdoors, and catch you later. Awesome.